Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alex's world.
We have entered Bizarro World. And man, you just never know what you're gonna get when you turn on AEW Dynamite every single Wednesday night. I never thought in all my years I would see a crowd turn heel. New York, Long Island, New York to be exact. But New York really showed his ass tonight. Yo, that was crazy. Not only did MJF become a mega babyface, but CM Punk got booed. And when I say he got booed, it was legit heat. They hated his ass. It was scary how much he was hated in New York. And I understand he's from Chicago, and so there's a little bit of a beef between Chicago and New York, I think. I'm not too sure what the story is there. I don't remember CM Punk being this hated by New York when he was in WWE. But then again, he also had John Cena to go up against, so. Just saying, like, John Cena or CM Punk. But still, like, this was bizarre. Exciting, fun, but very bizarre. A very bizarre episode of Dynamite. Because the entire dynamic of the show was thrown off the moment MJF came out and was cheered. It was like, okay, so, yeah, not gonna be one of those Dynamites that's exactly what you would call normal. And the crowd was great. High energy. We'll talk about them outselling WWE in terms of tickets. And that crowd looked a lot more fuller than the crowd they had at Raw weeks ago. We're definitely going to talk about that. But in terms of the rest of the show, listen, the main event between Bryan Danielson and, of course, John Silver, hometown boy John Silver, you knew it was going to be good, and it was good. But outside of that, everything just felt off. Not saying the show was bad, but I don't know if I can say the show was necessarily great either. It was one of those shows where it was like, because the crowd was different, it's a completely different audience. You know, and you've always known this. I think fans have always known this. But when you look at these crowds that go to WWE and go to AEW, not only is the energy different, but the reactions are different, and you really don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know who's gonna be the heel, who's gonna be the face. Just bit the side of my lip. I hate that. Ow. But you are sitting on the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens next. And I think overall, that's why I am a bigger fan of AEW than I am of WWE. With WWE, you know what's coming. For the most part, you can see where they're going with it, and nothing surprises you. You'll get that one or two gems throughout the year that make you go, oh, all right, WWE, that was nice. That was cool. Bobby Lashley being WWE champ. Oh, dope. That was cool. Big E being WWE champ. Oh, nice. That was dope. Didn't see that one coming. But outside of those few gems, not much is happening. Here, no one saw CM Punk getting booed in New York as bad as he did. I don't even think CM Punk suspected he would get that much heat. But we'll get into it. Let's talk about Dynamite. Welcome to Alex's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alex, Just Alyx. And let's get into it. Let's pay some bills, and then we'll do the live chat, shout outs, and then it's on to the review. So as always, if this is the first time you're watching me and you like what I have to say, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all of my content when it comes out. While you're at it, please help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership today and be a part of the ever-expanding brand by getting the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Live reaction, review, or hot topic. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, and give me a follow on Spotify. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo, and Super Chats. That's right, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and go ahead and get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Get you an old school Dalyxman t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. But most importantly, don't forget to get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America, a front girl t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. All of this down below in the description box. Let's go right to the live chat. I'm seeing the numbers actually getting a bit bigger for these AEW reviews. We're at 75 people. I'm expecting that to hit 100 very soon. We are early. Although I've been, having this stream up for a little bit longer than 10 minutes because we always do the 15-minute countdown. But I am expecting that number to get up there. And I like it. I like seeing it. I expect these streams to continue getting more viewers. And I think what's happening is my Raw reviews are actually getting less viewers, which is good. Great. Get that down to a point where that's not getting any views so I can stop doing those reviews and just focus on AEW and Smackdown. Smackdown Rampage. And pay-per-views. So, I'll continue doing those reviews until people stop watching them. And as more people come to these streams, the better it gets. I see some super chats here. I'm going to go ahead and play the super chats first, and then we'll go ahead and hit up these reactions and
Hook, 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 hook.
Send the Hook! Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Hook is actually going to debut on Rampage on Friday. Yes, I will be watching that and definitely talking about it. I'll be talking about that one. My boy Hook is finally wrestling. So, and I do want to say one quick thing about that. What if he sucks? Just real quickly. Let's think about this. All this hype about Hook, because the only reason why people are talking about Hook is because CM Punk made the infamous promo, "Send Hook!" What if Hook gets in the ring and sucks? Oof. He better be good. He better be good, or this will be one of the fastest rising and fastest falling, the rise and fall of Hook. The fastest rise and fastest fall of Hook I've ever seen. So he better be good. Alright, show some love to the moderators. Ultra Shadow 97, Firestar Heart, Alexis, Demi, and Godzilla Hawk, who help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. And thank you to the following people. We got the YouTube members in the house, TXC and King Mike Tuds. King Mike Tuds being the former Super Chat champ. But we also got the current Super Chat champ in the house, Nickname Mai. Nickname Mai is killing it, continuing to show the world why he is one of the greatest champions on this channel. Will he maintain it, though? Because I believe the next defense is the Royal Rumble, which is coming up next month. We'll have to find out. Alright, thank you to the following people for being here. We got Kurt Luttrell, David Ventura, Pet Detective, King of Hecko, Mundo, Paul Bub, Husky158, Nintendo Porn Conspiracy Theory, or Company Conspiracy, excuse me, Adam Ritter, Higurashi, Jet the Hawk, Anime Mania 500, Darth Vapor, Joe and Mom, Arredondo, the Arredondos are in the house, Agus Chaos, Malik Hiltz, the controversial, but always cool Malik Hiltz. Let's see, we got Yundeku 2500. Where you been, Yundeku? It's been a while since I saw you, man. John Bill II, Joseph Winters, EGD Max, Big Hero Chris. We also got, let's see, I want to be sure I don't miss anybody here. Is it Justice or Justus? Justus Phillips, the Cartoon King. I'm gonna go with Justice. Because that sounds about right. Justice Phillips, the Cartoon King. If I said it wrong, I apologize. Senpai TXNG, Corey363, Paid Enthusiast, and let's get the last one to True Fighter 901. A regular here who keeps showing up. Thank y'all for making me a part of your day. I'm always grateful. If I don't see your names, not because I hate you. I do really, really want to get to this review. So be sure you like the video, because I'm already looking at 90 people. As I suspected, it does grow a little bit faster as the stream goes on. So, hey, we got 52 likes. Let's get them likes up. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I'll get to appeal in the recommended slots and other people's channels. Sound good? Okay. So then let's talk about the hometown hero. Let's talk about MJF. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird to see MJF get cheered? It's very bizarre is the right word, honestly. I won't say different, because it's not different. We've seen this before. We've seen heels get cheered in their hometown. The most infamous one, Bret Hart. Every time he went to Canada, he was a hero. But every time he came to America, he was booed. So it's not something that we haven't seen before. And it's not something that we won't ever see again. But it was extremely bizarre how much they loved MJF. He wasn't just cheered because he was from Long Island. He was worshipped. It was scary how much they loved him. And he's one of the biggest jerks in wrestling. Perhaps the best heel that AEW has. One of the best heels in wrestling, period. And the way they loved him, it was scary. It made me feel just a little bit uncomfortable. Like, y'all, we get it. Okay. we get it. He's your hometown boy, but Jesus Christ. And what made this even more bizarre was that opening segment. Because we open up with MJF's music playing and the crowd just losing their shit. They're going crazy, right? You're thinking to yourself, all right, well, that's the right way to kick things off. Let's kick things off with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, or is it the Diamond Battle Royal? Don't know what it's called, but it's the Diamond Ring Battle Royal. Let's kick it off right with MJF coming out. Then CM Punk walked out, which is crazy to me because that's what I expected them to do for Punk when he came out one time and MJF took his spot. Now you already know that was most likely going to happen anyways. It probably still will happen. I can see MJF coming out to CM Punk's music sometime next week just to get back at him. But for Punk to do it... 1 second, y'all. I keep forgetting to mute my phone every time I go on. That's on me. For Punk to do it, though? Shh. Be quiet. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're good, though. We're good. For Punk to do it, though, it was interesting. So that tells me they did expect him to get some heat. I think the idea was MJF was going to be cheered in New York. But I think they expected it to be more of a mixed reaction. That's what I thought was going to happen. But when CM Punk came out, he got booed out of the building, which was refreshing. It was a bit refreshing to see CM Punk get booed because, look, I love CM Punk and I like seeing him get the reactions that he gets. But every once in a while, it's like, does everybody really like CM Punk this much? And you had to expect that eventually some people were going to get tired of him getting cheered. Because I was already seeing it on the internet. I'm pretty sure some of you are on Twitter with me. Oh my God, he just comes out and he's just happy to be here. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, I'm so sick of him. And I was wondering when that was going to translate to the TV arena shows. When it was going to translate to the arenas. So it was actually kind of nice to see him get booed. And it was actually nice to see him heal up on the crowd. Now, he was actually kind of booed during the Eddie Kingston promo and the Eddie Kingston feud in general, which I kind of wish they would go back to. Hopefully they will when Jon Moxley comes back. Regardless of how that comes across, you know, it was actually really cool to see him show a different side of his character. That being said, I don't think even CM Punk knew what to do with this crowd. Because he came out and he did react to the boos. He received them and took some jabs at the crowd, mocking their hometown teams. And I think it was hockey that he was referencing. I don't watch hockey, so I didn't catch it. But he was basically mocking the city for supporting someone like MJF, which they should be mocked. Because MJF is the salt of the earth. He's a jerk, he's a jackass, and he admits he's a jackass. He would kick a baby. He's the type of person that would kick your baby and smile about it, and they still cheered him. So he roasted them for that. They should be roasted for that. But even then, the type of heat he got, like, I could barely hear him at certain points in the promo. And I think it threw CM Punk off a little bit, because even he didn't know what to say. He was trying to weave it into the storyline. He was trying to make it make sense to his feud. And he did talk about how MJF and Punk are going to have a match eventually to determine who fights for the AEW World Championship. Cool. Sounds great to me. Regardless of what happened, what's going to happen in the future. Like, I see a lot of people on Twitter talking about all he did was just reference the teams and use cheap heat to get the crowd to, you know, to boo him some more. And I was just like, what was he supposed to do? Like, I don't really think CM Punk expected to get this much heat. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Roman Reigns getting booed after he beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's exactly what this is. It reminds me exactly of when Roman came out on Raw after he beat Taker at WrestleMania, and he couldn't even talk. It was so much heat that WWE had to actually cut the promo down. Because he couldn't talk. They said, dude, say one line, get the fuck out of there. This is my yard now. And then he left. And then you notice that after that, they had to basically do damage control. He spent the rest of that year getting his ass kicked by Braun Strowman. They had to do damage control. They had to literally go back to the drawing board because they fucked up. They fucked up Roman so bad at that point, they're like, okay, damn, I guess we just gotta get his ass kicked. Get him to lose a couple of times to get rid of this heat and start back over again. And they did that basically for 5 years straight. It was the same thing 5 years in. All right, he's gonna, you know, get this push. Okay, it didn't work. Let's pull him back, have him lose, and try again. Okay, it didn't work. Let's pull him back, have him lose some more, try again. All right, didn't work. Let's pull him back. You know? That being said, I don't expect this to continue. I don't expect fans to hate CM Punk next week. And I think it's Texas, right? We're in Texas. Dallas, Texas, to be exact. Home of the Cowboys. That's so appropriate, cowboy shit. I see what you did there. Tony, that was good. Yeah, he's not going to get booed here in Texas. He'll get cheered. But I am curious to see how much tonight carries over. Because New York made it cool to like MJF. So I wouldn't be shocked if MJF got more of a mixed reaction going forward. Because that's kind of how it works sometimes. If you're an avid AEW fan, you see a crowd love him so much, then you go, well, all right, I guess it's cool to like MJF now. He might get more of a mixed reaction. With that said, I don't expect this to affect the storyline between him and Punk. I still think these two are going to have a great feud. They are having a good feud. Promos are fantastic. That promo with Punk was great. I see a lot of people not really saying the whole point of what he was trying to do with those cheap heat lines. Again, what was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? There was literally nothing else he could have done to work with that crowd. He was getting booed heavy. And if he had tried to pretend that they're not booing him, it would have been even worse. So I'm actually very happy he healed up on the crowd like he did. But regardless of how he was received, it's not going to change anything. They're not going to make Punk the heel and MJF the babyface. It's going to stay the way it is, and they're just going to run with it. They're going to run with MJF being Bret Hart in New York City. I like that element to his character. I like that we have characters that are loved certain places but hated everywhere else. That's rare. You don't get that. You don't get that. Usually what happens is, especially with WWE, they're loved everywhere, but they're heels. So they have to force the crowd to hate them. Becky Lynch, Kevin Owens. And if you're a babyface that fans don't like, you'll get certain pockets where you're cheered, but for the most part, they don't like you, you get booed. I like that we actually have heels that get legit heat, are actually hated, but every once in a while, you'll go to their hometown and they'll get loved. Which is, that's how it should be. If there's ever a place where a heel should be cheered, it's their hometown. It should be their hometown. So, I loved it. I loved everything they did with the opening segment. I loved everything they did with MJF. I like the fact that it's gonna be him and our boy Dante Martin competing for the Dynamite ring. And I think that match is gonna be fire. That match is gonna be crazy next week. We haven't really stopped and considered, oh shit, Dante Martin versus MJF. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be real nice. Gonna be real nice. How nice? Real nice. So that's gonna be a great match to see. And I love that after it came down to MJF and Dante Martin. By the way, Dante Martin did turn on Team Taz. Saw that coming. No one's surprised. Everyone was thinking that he joined Team Taz when it was honestly just a hoax. He fooled them. He eliminated Ricky Starks, and it came down to him and MJF. But after he eliminated Ricky Starks jumped into the ring to attack Dante Martin. And Dante Martin is, getting his ass kicked. He's selling it. MJF, being the heel that he is, leaves. But then he gets up the ramp. And then he turns around. The crowd's like, MJF! MJF! He's thinking about it. He's contemplating it. Damn, I don't want these fans to turn on me. Nah. Turns around to walk away. Then he pivots, sprints to the ring. The crowd goes ape shit. Gets in the face of Ricky Starks. You're thinking they're gonna fight. MJF shoves him. Ricky Starks shoves him back. Shove. The crowd's on the edge of their seat. What are they gonna do? Is he gonna fight? And then MJF turns and attacks Dante Martin. And they double team him. And the crowd cheers him. The crowd cheered him being a fucking jerk. What the fuck is wrong with these fans? Even I went, y'all, come on. Okay, come on now. You guys are assholes. New York, respect to you. Love the energy, but y'all are assholes. Dante Martin didn't deserve that. And then CM Punk came out to make the save, and they booed CM Punk. It was so weird. It was so bizarre, but it was also really cool to see. It was the good kind of bizarre. Like, this is just how it is. This is how it is in New York. Nothing else to really say. I thought it was great. Hopefully, we get more stuff like this from AEW crowds in the future, where you understand why they love these people. You understand why they love heels like MJF. I don't think it would be this bizarre though. This is a once in a lifetime kind of bizarre world where it's like, yo, he's clearly a fucking asshole. Clearly. At least with Bret Hart when he was in Canada, from what I remember, he wasn't an asshole. He would still wrestle as a babyface. He would still be a babyface. He would portray himself as a babyface when he's in Canada, but then be the heel juice bag in America. Like, he would give them reasons to cheer him. And then, of course, you had Shawn Michaels to get the heat and stuff. Here, MJF is doing everything he can to make the crowd hate him. Literally everything he can. And they still cheered him. They still cheered him. Hey, New York, y'all sick as hell, but thank y'all for being a great crowd. Alright, so that's all I gotta say about that. Give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on MJF getting cheered, CM Punk getting booed. Really, really, really delve into this one, because I don't know what else to say. So really quickly, want to plug one more time my Cash App, my Venmo, and of course Super Chats. I noticed that, first off, we increased the number to 125. I like it. I like it. I like it. So please like the video. We got only 65 likes. 66 likes. Get them likes up. All 120 of y'all. But yeah, just wanted to plug a couple things. My Cash App, my Venmo. And I really, really wanted to talk about this. We need to talk about AEW outselling WWE. Because, and let me get the actual number. I don't want to just misquote anybody here. I think most of my sources that I get in terms of ticket sales come from WrestleTix. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Some of y'all are like, what's WrestleTix? So, matter of fact, here, follow me to Twitter. We're gonna go to Twitter. In terms of where I get my information when tickets are selling, I like to go to, this is a plug, you guys can tell them I sent you, WrestleTix. WrestleTix basically gives you all the information on the tickets being sold. So this is the AEW Revolution Arena. That's where they're going to have it. So this is it. They had the show here at the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York. What's the number, though? I think he had the number up not that long ago. But I'm looking for the New York number. Is this it? This is it right here. So check this out. 9,000. 9,000. So close to 10,000 seats. That's how much tickets they sold tonight. And at first, they were only going to have 8,000. Then they said, fuck it, let's open up a couple more seats, and we'll see how far we can get. So that's the number I'm seeing from them. 9,000 tickets sold. That's really fucking good. It's really good. Because when you look back at the ticket sales for Raw, and I think once again, I'll probably have to type this one in to look for it. Let's see, WrestleTix Raw UBS Arena. Maybe they'll come up. Yep, there it is. Jesus Christ, 5,000. Well, you rounded up 6,000, so yeah. What does that mean? That means AEW, the t-shirt company, just outsold WWE Raw in tickets in the same arena. It's the same arena, Long Island, New York, UBS Arena. In case y'all, need me to put them together. See, 9,000. Now that's. By the way, check out the time, 14 hours ago. So they sold more tickets tonight. I heard they actually sold more tickets at the arena. So it probably is 10,000. Which means they most likely doubled. They doubled ticket sales for Raw. That's bad, y'all. Great for AEW, but really bad for Raw. We need to talk about that. See, we can talk all day about ratings. We can talk about more people watching SmackDown than Dynamite and Rampage. And I think if we stick to SmackDown, it sounds better because Raw is losing more viewers. I heard Raw did 1.5 this week. Ugh. Crazy. But regardless, we always go to more people watch WWE than AEW. When in reality, when you look at the people who are watching Raw and SmackDown, WWE, the biggest audience is 50 older. Yeah. The majority of the people that watch WWE are 50 plus. It ain't the demo on either show. At best, they'll have about 500,000 watching them. But the other million plus, come from the older and younger fans. So for the most part, WWE is an old folk show. It's the folk for the seniors. I'm just joking. I love y'all. But for real, it's kind of scary when you consider how the young audiences have an actual influence on the shows. Because yes, we can sit here and talk about the demo, and it's only one portion of the overall viewership. Who's buying tickets? Who's buying the merchandise? That's what advertisers look to. So yes, congratulations WWE, you have more viewers, but they're getting older. AEW is grabbing the younger audience. And they know they are. And they're getting scared. Because now AEW can actually outsell WWE in arenas. Eventually, that's gonna translate over to the ratings. It is. I think AEW is gonna have to get to a place where they're not relying on the current audience, and that's the problem. That's the problem here. I think we rely too much on the current audience watching both WWE and AEW. AEW needs to create their own audience. They need to find a way to expand the audience they have now and create new fans, which they can do. And I think that's gonna come through featuring more people on their shows, getting different personalities, and creating new stars. You create new stars, you create new fans. So, I'm not worried about ratings no more. This is why. And I said this before, I said it months ago. I expect WWE to continue beating AEW in ratings for a year or so. That's not going to change. But by next December, I expect the viewership to be much different. Because you have to understand something too. Yes, I agree that AEW doesn't have the star power. You can argue they might eventually get that. But in terms of the bigger names, WWE still has that, for sure. That's why they're going to sell out more seats in arenas like the AT&T Stadium, which is 100,000. And because of the lineage of the company, how long it's been around for decades, half a century, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to sell because it's WWE. That can only take them so far. Because eventually, AEW is going to get new names. Keith Lee, Bray Wyatt. It's going to get all these people that they released. It's going to create new stars. And the people who can't rise to the occasion will get left behind. And Tony Khan is not the type of person that is going to fire people. He'll just let their contracts expire. He'll let the contracts expire. Because the standard's changed now. The standard has changed. If the superstars can't meet the standard, they gotta be let go. Nothing personal. It's just, this is how it is now. So, hey, I'm team AEW all day, every day. All day, every day. So seeing this makes me smile huge. And I want to see more of it. I want to see AEW continue to make WWE look like jerks. Because I love it. I love seeing it. And someone just pointed this out too, and I need to talk about this. I already talked about it in my last video. They're saying Tony Khan bought the tickets. Which is stupid. When you look at the arena, how did he buy those tickets? It's clear that they sold out the arena because it's packed on both sides. Not just the usual hard camera side where WWE just shows one side of the arena. No, the entire arena's full. And it's loud. You can tell that there's more fans there because it's louder. So yes, absolutely. This is going to be very interesting to see how things change and shift over the next year or so. Because you know it's going to shift. You know it's going to change over time. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all for continuing to watch me But give me your thoughts about that. Give me your thoughts about AEW outselling WWE in ticket sales. Is this an indication of a change that's coming? Do you see there being more fans created from this? Do you see AEW getting to a point where it actually does have more viewers than WWE? And if it does happen, how long do you think it will take AEW to get there? Let me know down below. With that said, let's talk about the rest of Dynamite. I'm not gonna spend too much time with this portion of the review, because again, it was just a very weird show after MJF came out and became the biggest star in wrestling for one night. The crowd, I won't say the crowd died. It didn't welcome the rest of the show as openly as they did MJF. Because they did this, it was an 8-man tag, 2.0, and the Acclaimed. By the way, the Acclaimed are from New York. They got a bit of a pop. That was nice. But they lost to Jurassic Express and the Varsity Blondes. And the crowd wasn't really into the matches as much as I thought they would be. As soon as Jurassic Express won, they did the whole, they did that, but they wasn't really into the match. The match was fine. It was actually pretty good. All 8-man worked very well. It's just, again, like, compare it to MJF and CM Punk, who were like, what the fuck? Like, way up here. It was what it was. I don't know. Nothing else to really say about that. FTR had a promo where they said they will be challenging the Lucha Bros with the tag team titles on Rampage, because they were supposed to challenge them last week, but Phoenix got hurt. Now they're challenging them this week. We had Chaos, Rocky Romero, and Chuck Taylor taking on the Young Bucks. Again, it was a weird dynamic because they cheered the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks were supposed to be the heels, but then they got a babyface reaction. Just weirdness. A bizarre show. And the match was good. I really like what they did with Trent Beretta coming back at the end, because he was out on injury. And you know what? I'm so happy he came back, because no offense to Yuta Wheeler, right? Or is it Wheeler Yuta? What the hell is his name? What is your name, sir? Is it Wheeler Yuta or Yuta Wheeler? I think it's Wheeler Yuta. Whatever that jobber's name is. Him. Yeah, I'm not feeling him. Yeah, it's Wheeler Yuta. I'm not feeling him at all. I was kind of hoping they would kind of drop him and just replace him with Rocky Romero, but whatever. Yeah, I'm so happy Trent's back. By the way, Trent Beretta looks like a fucking beast. He looks ripped. Looks a little bit more skinny, but he looks ripped. Cut his hair off, and they did the, got to give the people what they want. So, yeah, we're going to continue this feud with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends taking on Adam Cole, baby, and the Young Bucks. Fine with me. I'm enjoying it. Let's see where it goes. Really quickly, before we move on to the next match, I saw a little something. I was scroosing around the interwebs, and I happened to run across something that I didn't think I would be seeing. Because I was just fucking around when I made this post. So, months ago, I made this post where I said, imagine this for a second. Adam Cole, Young Bucks, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, the Undisputed Elite. Right? You're thinking, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, that's the shit. I like it. I love it. I want some more. Sorry. You're like, that sounds cool, but that's a pipe dream. That's not gonna happen. I was just fucking around. What is going on, y'all? How am I calling this shit? I've been calling this stuff a lot more often than I expected I would. That is legit merchandise. So I think it's clear that Kyle O'Reilly is coming in, and we are doing the Undisputed Elite. But check this out. Look at the names. Kyle, Fish, Cole. No Young Bucks. Uh-oh. Now, we could possibly still have the Young Bucks, but I think what's getting ready to happen is Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly are going to be a trio. The Young Bucks are going to team with Omega, and then they feud. Oh, I like that. But wait, there's more. There's more. What I think is going to happen is that the Young Bucks are going to turn on Kenny, and then they join with Adam Cole. Baby, and then we complete the Elite squad. Oh, man. But that... Hey, I told y'all, somebody's watching me. Y'all don't believe me when I say that these wrestling shows aren't keeping tabs on me. I did it first. Okay? I did it first. You saw the proof. I came up with it. Next thing you know, I see the merchandise. So, are we going to see it? The Undisputed Elite versus the Elite. Or is it going to be one of those things where they tease it's going to be a dissension, and it actually ends up just being Adam Cole leading the group? But yeah, this is happening. Undisputed Elite, it's happening, boys. It's happening. I called it. I fucking called it. I called this shit. I called it. And I'm not letting that slide. We'll see what happens. That's pretty cool, though, if they actually do that. It'll be really dope. Okay, I do have a nitpick. Can I say one negative thing about AEW? Uh-oh. Here, let me pull up this slide here, because y'all might want to save this part. I'm about to say something negative or a nitpick about AEW. Y'all ready? Is anyone else getting kind of sick of people interrupting others in these promos? Because they've been doing it a lot as of lately. People getting interrupted in promos. Because backstage, Ruby Soho was supposed to have a promo, and then she got interrupted by the blondes, the Bunny and Penelope Ford. And then she got attacked by Nyla Rose. Surprise, bitch! Was good. That was good. And then, I think it was the other blondes, Ty Conti and Anna Jay, came out to make the save. So many blondes on this show. Jesus Christ. Blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. Although Ty Conti's not from America, but still. Yeah, and they did it again with Aleister Black. Malachi Black, Aleister Black, Tommy End. You know what I'm talking about. They did it again with Tommy End. Later on in the show, they had the Varsity Blondes getting ready to have a promo. The lights go out, and there's Malachi Black. Malachi Black. Malachi Black. And then he misses. Now, he doesn't miss, but he missed. He mystified. He missed. Fucking Julia Hart. He missed her in the face. And she's like, ah! Lights go out, come back on. She sold like $1 million, although the mist completely missed her. The mist missed her. It didn't connect to her face. He needs to work on that. I like Aleister Black, but you need to get a better substance in your mouth to make that mist work. But alright. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I've been noticing he's been randomly misting people. What's that all about? That's just weird to me. I'm curious to know where that leads. Because he's clearly moving away from Cody. Whatever, that's fine. But I'm very curious to know where the misting is leading. Is he turning people evil? Is that what the mist is? It's some evil substance that makes you basically an Alexa Bliss? Oops. Alright, I'm cool with that. I'm not complaining. Maybe he's building his own House of Black. I'm I'm cool with that, but why does every promo have to be an interruption? That's all I'm gonna say. And then the last one was Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara got interrupted by, of all people, Cody Rhodes. Here comes Cody to a sea of boos, coming out to this crowd not liking him as expected, because nobody likes Cody no more. Just saying. And he said, you know what? I appreciate you doing an open challenge. I want a shot now. Now Oz wants a shot at you, Sammy. And he will be fighting Cody. When is he fighting Cody? Is it on Christmas Eve? Or is it next week? Let me look it up. Let me look it up. I don't want to give y'all misinformation. Cody Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, which is gonna be a fucking awesome match, by the way. I'm gonna say, okay, so Wrestling Inc. reports the Wednesday, December 22nd. Oh! Okay. So it will be this week's Rampage on TNT will be taped that night after Dynamite, and it will also have the Holiday Bash theme. It will air on Saturday night, December 25th instead of Friday, making it a special Christmas Dynamite. I mean, so I'm assuming. Oh, it will actually air on Christmas. They're gonna air Dynamite on Christmas? Okay. Interesting. I didn't see that coming. So after Winter is Coming gets done, they're gonna air Dynamite on Christmas. One second. Let me actually look at this for a minute. Yeah, okay. They're gonna air it on Christmas. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. So Cody Rhodes is gonna fight Sammy Guevara on Christmas. We should just go ahead and turn him heel, quite frankly. I think clearly Sammy's not losing that belt to Cody. I don't think he is. So that would be a great way to turn him heel, if you ask me. Yeah, alright. Alright then, well, that'd be interesting. So yeah, those are like the only times where I was just like, y'all, can we do something different? I don't mind what you're setting up. Can we set it up differently? Why does every promo have to have an interruption? One promo without them being interrupted would be nice. Alright, Jamie Hayter versus Riho was a great match. As I said before, these women matches, the women are really stepping up their game in terms of the quality of their matches. I really enjoyed the match between and Chris Statlander last week. I enjoyed the Hikaru Shida and Nyla Rose match before then. And next week they're going to do Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb, which is going to steal... that might end up stealing the show. That's going to be dope. And I don't think they're just going to have a regular match. I see that probably going to a no contest and them doing another match later on. But that's going to be fucking awesome. Can't wait for that one. This one was great too. Like, Jamie Hayter. Love her t-shirt, by the way. Her t-shirt says, Hater's gonna hate. It's Hater, like her last name, Hater. It's gonna hate. Hater's gonna hate. Love it. And she got... Is it just me or is she getting thicker? She got curves. Has she always had curves and I'm just now seeing? Nah, nope. Nah, homegirl got thicker. I don't know what she doing, but keep doing it. Because I'm... Anyways, the match was great. And Riho looked good. You know, Riho is a Rey Mysterio type where she is heavily reliant on her opponent to make her look good. Rey is a great luchador. But because of the style he wrestles, it's heavily reliant on his opponent for him to look great. When he has a wrestler like a Great Khali who isn't a good person to wrestle around, the matches usually suck. Same thing goes for JBL. Same thing goes for these other heavyweights that just don't know how to work with the luchadors. And the same can be applied to Riho. When you put her in the ring with people who don't know how to work with her, it looks bad. But Jamie Hayter is excellent inside the ring. So she was able to do some things that made Riho look like $1 million. Like that top rope, what was it? Was it a crucifix bomb? Yeah, the top rope crucifix bomb. And then the code red, which looked good. Not good, but good. Good. And then this was a stiff match too. Jamie Hayter dropped Riho right on top of her head with a sheer drop brainbuster. It was nasty. But I loved the match, man. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not usually the biggest Riho fan because she doesn't really add enough oomph to her stuff. But, you know, as an interlude feud before Britt gets to Thunder Rosa, which is going to happen at Revolution. We know that's coming. Before she gets to Thunder Rosa, Riho's fine. She'll probably fight her at Battle of the Belts, and she'll beat her, as she should. Someone said it's not called Code Red, it's called Yoshi Tonic. It's the same goddamn move. I'm used to calling it Code Red because Amazing Red. But yes, Yoshi Tonic, if it makes you feel better. Okay. Alright, but yeah, like, I loved it. The women's matches are getting better. And then the main event. The main event is Johnny Hungy versus Bryan Danielson, the hometown hero, taking on the villainous Bryan Danielson. Although he comes out as a babyface, he comes out to the babyface ramp. He hasn't really changed. He's just getting the heat because, regardless, really good main event. Bryan made Johnny look like $1 million, but ultimately it's just getting Bryan more heat. He's gonna take out every member of the Dark Order, playing a heel. Like, he's really leaning into the heel role. He loves being the heel, I can tell. He loves doing it. And he was able to come out looking dominant while still giving Johnny a lot. And then afterwards he said, I promise to kick Johnny Silver's head in. I'm gonna kick his head in. He beats John Silver by KO and then tries to kick his head in. And then Hangman Page came out to make the save, and then he said, next week, I'ma kick the cowboy shit out of you. And there we go. I thought it was a well-built show. I thought it was overall very bizarre, but still very exciting. Still really, really cool to see. And, you know, I'm not against getting more shows like this. I just want the crowd to be happy to be there. As long as they're happy to be there, man, boo and cheer whoever the fuck you want. I don't care. I love the energy of this show. It was still very bizarre because MJF is one of the biggest douchebags, and to see him be heralded, worshipped like he was, it was like, what the hell? But I'm really looking forward to Hangman Page versus Bryan Danielson next week. That is going to be awesome. That's gonna be dope. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait for that. Other than that, I think that's the end of Dynamite. That was Dynamite. Yeah, I like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself. I really want to get your thoughts on this show. Like, how did this show make y'all feel? Like, real talk. I want honest, 1000%. Just transparent views. Just give me your honest opinion